Are you doing everything right but still not getting that final offer? You clear the first round, you nail the technical part, but somewhere something goes wrong again and again. Hello everyone, I'm Diksha Arora, your interview coach helping you in landing your dream job. In this video, I'm going to break down the biggest red flags that interviewers notice, the ones they will never tell you, but that silently cost you the job. And don't worry, for every red flag, I will also tell you what to do instead. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the big fat like button if you like my content. Now, without any further delay, let's get straight into the lesson. Red flag number 1, lying. It may be tempting to exaggerate your qualifications or experience to impress the interviewer. But lying or even slightly bending the truth can backfire quickly, especially if the employer catches it. With AI tools becoming increasingly common in recruitment process, employers can use advanced softwares to verify your resume, cross-check your claims, and even run background checks. This means that what you say in your interview can easily be verified and any inconsistencies can quickly be flagged. Here's what to do instead. Be honest about your skills and experience. If you're unsure about something, it's better to admit it and show your willingness to learn rather than pretend to know it all. For example, you could say, I'm not familiar with that tool, but I'm eager to learn and would take steps to get up to speed. Employers value honesty over anything. The second red flag is criticizing past employers or co-workers. It's understandable to feel frustrated with past jobs, but speaking negatively about previous employers or colleagues during an interview reflects poorly on you. It can suggest that you might bring that same negativity into your next workplace. So here's what to do instead. When talking about past work experiences, focus on how you overcame challenges and what you learned from that situation. So even if you had difficult experience with a previous manager, instead of criticizing them, you could say, I once worked under a manager with a very different approach to leadership, and it was a challenge at first. However, I took the opportunity to adapt and improve my communication skills, which helped me build a more effective working relationship with them. It also taught me how to work better with different personalities. A simple mind shift shows that you're professional and you will easily adjust in the new workplace. The third red flag is lack of preparation. Not taking the time to research the company or the role can make you seem uninterested or unprepared. Employers want to see that you have taken the time to understand the company's values and how your skills align with the position. So here's what to do instead. Research the company. Read the company's mission, values, and recent news. Check social media and employee reviews. You can do this on Glassdoor. And don't forget to study the job description thoroughly. Highlight key skills and prepare examples of your experience matching them. For example, if the job description mentions strong project management skills, you could prepare an example of discussing how you have managed a project in your recent company. Most importantly, practice your responses. Practice common questions and explain your experiences clearly. Here are some common interview questions to practice. I have covered answers to all these common interview questions in my previous video. I will drop the link in the description box below, so make sure to check it out. The fourth red flag is not asking any questions. At the end of an interview, when the interviewer asks, do you have any questions for me? If your response is, no thank you, it's a red flag. It can make you seem unprepared, uninterested, or too confident. Here's what to do instead. Come prepared with thoughtful questions that show you have done research on the company and are genuinely interested in the role. For example, ask about company's culture, the team dynamics, or how success is measured in the role. Here are some common questions that you can ask at the end of your interview round. The fifth red flag is over-apologizing or showing a lack of confidence. Over-apologizing can give the impression that you lack confidence. Constantly apologizing for small things or showing uncertainty in your abilities can leave the impression that you are not ready for the role. Here's what to do instead. Be confident in your abilities and focus on highlighting your strengths. If you make a mistake, acknowledge it briefly and move on without over-apologizing. This is what you can simply say. I apologize if I'm nervous, but I'm excited about this opportunity and I'm confident I can bring the skills you are looking for. The sixth red flag is being unclear or vague about your career goals. When asked about your career goals, if your answers are, I want to be successful, or I plan to start my own business someday, these responses can raise a red flag because they are neither specific nor directly related to the job you're interviewing for. Here's what to do instead. Your responses should demonstrate clarity, commitment, and how your goals align with the position you're applying for. For example, if you're interviewing for a product manager role, you could say something like this. In short term, I'm focused on developing my skills in product strategy and user experience. I see this role as a great opportunity to contribute to the launch of your new product line and help enhance the customer experience. In the long term, I'd love to grow within the company, taking on more responsibility and eventually transitioning into a leadership role where I can drive the product vision and lead a team to success. Talking clearly about your short term and long term plans shows that you're prepared and excited about the opportunity. The seventh red flag is talking too much about salary and benefits too early. Bringing up salary or benefits too early in interview process can make you seem like you are more interested in the perks of the job than in the role itself. Hiring managers may think you are not fully invested in the company or job responsibilities. Here's what to do instead. Wait until the employer brings up this topic. When the topic does not come up, you can respond with something like, I'm really focused on finding the right fit and I'd love to learn more about how I can contribute to the team before we dive into specifics like salary. By doing so, you show that you are more interested in the role and the company's mission than just benefits. Here's a quick recap table of everything that we have discussed in the video. So that's a wrap. Remember, interviews aren't just about what you say, but also about how you say it and how prepared you are. Avoiding these red flags can make all the difference between a rejection and an offer letter. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future career tips and interview hacks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video very soon. All the best for your interviews, and keep following your interview coach Diksha Arora to excel in your careers and land your dream job. Bye-bye, good luck, and take care.